how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and then hit the bell so you don't miss any videos and stay well inside in our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Without further ado, let's get started. Everything was peaceful on planet Beerus. Goku and Vegeta were training in the county yard. While Whis watched intently, suddenly, a powerful energy appeared on the horizon, causing everyone to stop what they're doing. Goku looked at Vegeta and said, "Did you feel that, Vegeta? Something very powerful is coming." Vegeta nodded and said,
"Indeed, and it looks like it's heading our way."
As they prepared for their impending encounter, an enigmatic figure appeared before them. It was Belmont, the god of destruction of Universe 11. Dressed in his peculiar attire and an expression of curiosity in his face. Belmont said, "Hello, Goku, Vegeta. I hope you don't mind my visit. I was curious to see if you are as powerful as they say." Goku looked at him, a friendly smile on his face, and said, "Yeah, of course. We don't mind. We're always wanting to fight strong opponents. But if you're not here to destroy the planet, are you?" Belmont laughed and replied, "Oh, no, don't worry. I'm just here for a little test of power. I wanted to see what you're capable of." With a nod, Goku transformed into Super Saiyan Blue, and Vegeta did the same. Belmont was impressed with the transformation and said, "Very well, let's begin." Come on! The battle began with incredible speed. Goku and Vegeta were fighting Belmont, who was struggling to keep up with their speed and strength. The fight lasted for hours, and neither side was willing to give in. Belmont says, "You are truly amazing. Your powers are amazing." Goku replied with a smile, "You're also very strong, Belmont. It was an incredible fight." With a smile, he said goodbye and disappeared as mysteriously as he arrived. Goku and Vegeta looked at each other and agreed that Belmont's visit had been a unique experience. As the sun set on planet Beerus, they continued their training, knowing that there would be always more challenges and powerful adversaries to face in a vast universe. After his exciting battle on planet Beerus, Belmont returned to Universe 11, where his faithful angel, Margarita, was waiting for him. She noticed the thoughtful look on his face and asked, "How was your visit on planet Beerus, Lord Belmont?" Belmont smiled and replied, "It was interesting, Margarita. Goku and Vegeta are truly remarkable. They continue to surprise with each encounter." Margarita tilted her head, curious. "Have you been able to gauge how strong they are now?" Belmont nodded. "Yes, and as I expected, they're even more powerful than in the Tournament of Power. Goku in particular has shown incredible control over his transformations. His strength and speed are also pretty impressive." Margarita agreed with a slight smile. "It's good to note that we have powerful potential allies, but remember that our responsibility as gods of destruction is to maintain the balance. If necessary, we'll have to play our part." Belmont nodded, aware of his obligations as a god of destruction. I know, Margarita, but it's always good to find worthy opponents. I believe that Goku and Vegeta have much more to offer, and this could be useful in the future. You know, as night fell over Universe 11, Belmont and Margarita continued to discuss the potential of the new forces that had emerged in the multiverse. Belmont's exciting visit to planet Beerus brought a new perspective on the challenges they could face and the importance of maintaining balance in their universe. And while the fate of the multiverse remained uncertain, one thing was clear. Son Goku and Vegeta were destined to become increasingly powerful legends. Jiren, the powerful warrior of Universe 11, was training in a secret dimension. Immersed in his rigorous and meditative training, as he concentrated, a strange and sinister energy began to accumulate in that dimension. He opened his eyes in surprise and quickly assumed a fighting stance. Before him, a mysterious and shadowy being emerged, whose body seemed composed of shadows and smoke. Jiren was unable to discern the being's face, but he could feel an evil aura emanating from him. The dark being said in an ominous voice, "Jiren, I have finally found you. I am the Soul Hunter, and I have come to claim your powerful energy." Jiren was used to challenges, but this sudden appearance and the threat of his energy caught him by surprise. He replied with determination,
"You will achieve nothing here. I will not give my energy to anyone."
The Soul Hunter laughed darkly and advanced towards Jiren. The combat that followed was intense, with Jiren employing his strength and skill to resist the Dark Being's attacks. Jiren's powerful blows shook the space around him, while the Soul Hunter dodged and counterattacked with supernatural agility. During the battle, the Soul Hunter revealed his ability to absorb the life energy of other beings, leaving Jiren on high alert. Jiren knew he couldn't afford to let his guard down. The battle lasted for hours, with both combatants doing their best. As the fight intensified, Jiren began to tap into an even deeper power, a source of inner strength that he had never tapped into before. His body radiated a brilliant golden aura, and his eyes shone with intensity. He became an unstoppable force, and with one powerful blow, he threw the Soul Hunter away. The Soul Hunter, weakened and defeated, disappeared into the darkness of the dimension. Jiren remained alert, knowing that the Dark Being could return at any moment. With the battle concluded, Jiren realized that he had reached a new level of power. He reflected on what he had experienced and what might lie ahead in the vast universe. Meanwhile, the Soul Hunter swore revenge and planned his next move, determined to obtain Jiren's power at any cost. After the intense battle with the Soul Hunter, Jiren felt a moment of exhaustion. He began to collect his energy and was about to return to his training when suddenly, his face contorted into an expression of surprise and concern. He frowned, trying to understand the feeling that overwhelmed him.
Something's wrong.
Jiren muttered to himself. Jiren focused on his perception, extending his senses to an unimaginable distance. What he felt shocked him deeply. The ki of his friends, those he swore to protect, was weakening drastically. He could feel the ki of Topo, Dispo, and the other brown members of the Thunder Pride, all in danger. With a determined look, Jiren shot towards the source of his friend's weakened ki sensation. When he arrived, he was astonished to see his comrades in a desperate battle against an unknown force. Topo, who normally exuded confidence, was injured and bleeding. Dispo fought an opponent who used dark magic to weaken his abilities. The other members of the Thunder Pride were also at a disadvantage. Jiren wasted no time. He threw himself into battle, using all his power to defeat the enemies that attacked his friends. His golden aura glowed with intensity as he faced his opponents. As the battle raged, the enemies revealed themselves to be followers of the Soul Hunter. Determined to avenge their leader's defeat, they had sinister abilities and were willing to do anything to weaken Universe 11's defenders. Jiren fought with fury and determination, protecting his friends with all his power. He would not allow anything to happen to those he swore to protect. With strength and courage, they began to turn the tide of battle, forcing the Soul Hunter's followers to retreat. When the battle finally came to an end, Jiren was relieved to see his friends safe. However, he knew that the Soul Hunter's threat was not over, and that he and his friends would have to be more vigilant than ever. Jiren looked at the horizon, his gaze determined. He was ready to face any challenge the universe had in store for him, and would do anything to protect those who were important to him. As silence hung after the battle against the Soul Hunter's followers, Belmont, the god of destruction of Universe 11, appeared before Jiren with a serious and mysterious expression. He approached Jiren and said, "Jiren, there is something you need to know. Something that is the utmost importance to our universe." Jiren, still recovering from the intense battle, looked at Belmont curiously.
What do you mean? What's going on?
Belmont lowered his voice, bringing a tone of mystery to the conversation. There are forces at play, Jiren. They are threatening not just our universe, but all the universes. The truth is that the Soul Hunter is just a small piece of a much larger puzzle. Jiren was intrigued by Belmont's words.
What do you mean? Who are those forces and why are they attacking us?
Belmont looked around as if he feared someone was listening. I can't reveal it here. It's too risky. Meet me at a safe location in the time dimension. There I can tell you more.
Got it. I'll meet you in the time dimension.
Belmont nodded and disappeared, leaving Jiren with a sense of urgency. What was he about to discover in the time dimension? The mysterious threat Belmont had mentioned was more dangerous than anything he had ever faced, and he was determined to protect his universe at any cost. Jiren set out in search for answers, determined to face the truth and take the necessary steps to protect his universe. The mystery was just beginning to unfold. and the fate of all universes hung in the balance. While Jiren headed to the time dimension to find Belmont and unravel the mystery unfolding the Universe 11 in Universe 7, Goku was immersed in his training under Whis' guidance. He was determined to continue honing his skills to become even stronger. Goku delivered quick and powerful blows into empty space, while Whis watched with his charismatic smile. Beerus, Universe 7's god of destruction, was also present, watching the training session with his watchful eye. As Goku trained, he couldn't help but wonder why Belmont, the god of destruction of Universe 11, had come to planet Beerus to test his powers. He stopped his training for a moment and looked at Whis. "Hey Whis, why do you think Belmont came here to challenge me? What's he planning?" Goku asked, frowning. Whis gave an enigmatic smile and replied, "Goku, you know how the gods of destructions are. Sometimes they act unpredictably. It could be that Belmont is simply curious to see how far you can go in terms of power. However, there is always the possibility that he has some greater motive." Beerus, who was lying lazily in his chair, interjected.
Whis is right, Goku. It is not easy to understand the motivations of the gods of destruction. But whatever Belmont's motive is, you must continue to grow stronger. We don't know what the future holds for us.
Goku nodded and returned to his training with renewed determination. He knew that, as always, his quest for power was far from over. However, Belmont's presence in his life brought a new layer of mystery and intrigue. As Goku trained tirelessly, he was determined to discover the truth behind Belmont's actions and prepare for whatever challenge the future might hold. Universe 7 was about to become involved in a plot that transcended the limits of space and time, and Goku was willing to face whatever came his way. While Goku was training with Whis to hone his skills, Vegeta was also engaged in his training to planet Beerus. He had sought help from Universe 7's god of destruction to overcome his own challenge, Ultra Ego. Vegeta was determined to reach a new level of power that could rival Goku's impressive state of Ultra Instinct. But to do this, he needed to overcome the barrier of his own ego, which had been a constant obstacle in his training. While training with Beerus, Vegeta struggled to focus and find the inner calm necessary to access his true potential. Sometimes his frustration and pride got the best of him, making progress kinda difficult. Beerus, watching closely, noticed Vegeta's internal struggle and said,
Vegeta, you are still letting your ego control you. You need to learn to free your mind and let the instinct flow. Destruction is the only thing that should cross your mind, nothing else.
Vegeta, remembering Jiren's impressive performance in the Tournament of Power, sighed deeply. He knew he needed to overcome his own limits to achieve his goal. Jiren had been an incredibly powerful and unflappable opponent, and Vegeta was determined not to be left behind. As they continued their training, Beerus took the opportunity to tell Vegeta about the recent visit of Belmont, Universe 11's god of destruction, to planet Beerus to test Goku and Vegeta's powers. Vegeta was intrigued and worried. He recognized the gravity of the situation, and Belmont's appearance had cast a shadow of uncertainty over the future. He knew that if he wanted to protect his universe and his family, he needed to overcome his limitations and become even stronger. With new determination, Vegeta returned to his training, focusing on overcoming his ego and accessing a power that lay deeply dormant within him. He remembered Jiren as an example of what was possible to achieve, and was determined to follow the same path to become the ultimate warrior he so desired. While Goku and Vegeta strived to their training, the future of Universe 7 remained uncertain, and the challenge that lay ahead would be unimaginable. They knew that the fate of the universe depended on their determination and skills. As Vegeta continued his training with Beerus on planet Beerus, he couldn't stop thinking about the recent visit from Belmont, the god of Universe 11. He knew that Belmont had come to test Goku's powers, but there was something else that bothered him. During a brief break in training, he decided to approach Beerus about the matter.
Beerus, did you notice that Belmont seemed to need Goku for something other than just testing his power?
Vegeta asked, looking at the god of destruction with a serious expression. Beerus scratched his head thoughtfully.
Well, Vegeta, it is true that Belmont's visit was a bit peculiar. He's not the kind of god of destruction who tends to take much interest in mortals, unless there's a reason.
Vegeta nodded, knowing that Beerus was well aware of the dynamics between gods and mortals.
Exactly. That's exactly what worries me. I can't get the feeling out of my head that Belmont had a plan or a goal that involves Goku in some way.
Beerus let out a heavy sigh and looked at the horizon.
You're right, Vegeta. It turns out that I also noticed something strange. There was something in Belmont's eyes, something more than just curiosity. Maybe he knows something we don't.
The concern in Vegeta's eyes increased.
So what are we supposed to do, Lord Beerus? We need to understand what Belmont is planning, and we can't just ignore this situation. You're right, Vegeta. I'll look into this further and try to understand what's going on. In the meantime, you continue your training and prepare for the eventuality. Universe 7 may be facing a threat that we don't yet understand.
Vegeta nodded with determination. He knew the future was full of challenges, and he was willing to do whatever was necessary to protect his universe and his family. As the mystery surrounding Belmont's intentions continued to grow, Goku and Vegeta trained tirelessly, ready to face whatever came their way. The fate of Universe 7 depended on their determination and skills. As Goku and Vegeta continued their intense training on planet Beerus, tension between the two was increasing. Goku had reached a new level of power during his training with Whis, and Vegeta was determined not to be left behind.
Come on, Kakarot! Don't you think it's time to test our powers against each other?
Vegeta challenged Goku with a determined look in his eyes. Goku, always up for a good challenge, smiled and agreed. Of course, Vegeta! I'm up for it! The two Saiyans faced each other in an epic battle. Their energies collided, creating powerful shocks that shook planet Beerus. They were more alike than ever, with powers that defied known limits. The battle lasted for hours, with both warriors using all of their techniques and transformations. Goku demonstrated his control over Ultra Instinct, while Vegeta unleashed the full power with a new and improved Super Saiyan Blue state. Every blow and every ki blast they exchanged shook the planet. However, when the fighting was at its peak, an unexpected figure appeared on the battlefield. It was Margarita, the angel of Universe 11, with a curious and a serious expression and an air of mystery. The fight immediately ceased when Goku and Vegeta noticed their presence. They lowered their energy and approached cautiously. Goku was the first to speak. Margarita, what are you doing here? Did something happen in Universe 11? Margarita looked at both of them with a deep gaze. No, nothing is wrong in Universe 11. At least not that I know of. I'm here for a different purpose. Beerus and Whis also approached, curious about the sudden appearance of Universe 11's angel.
Margarita, please tell us the reason for your visit. Apologies for these two,
Beerus asked. Margarita finally revealed with an air of mystery. There are forces at play that transcend the boundaries of the universes. Forces that threaten the entire multiverse. Belmont, the god of destruction of Universe 11, believes that you can play a fundamental role in this. He wants us to come together to face this unknown threat. Everyone at that moment was surprised by the revelation. A threat that transcended universes, a partnership with Universe 11 and Belmont involved. The future of the multiverse was about to become even more mysterious and dangerous. And Goku, Vegeta, and their allies were at the center of this new enigma. To be continued. So hey, my partner, what do you believe in and what do you imagine about all of this? Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, then hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.